Hello people, I am the Real Comic Book Gamer, and today it is Deathstroke versus Spider-Man. So yeah, this was requested by the Honey Badger, and so yeah, Deathstroke versus Spider-Man. Normally I start out the video with their origins, but for Deathstrokes, just go to my last versus video. I'll have an annotation on screen to click on to just watch Deathstroke's origin on there, because I've already explained his origin twice in versus videos. And Spider-Man's, everyone knows Spider-Man's origin, so I don't really need to go over that at all. So yeah, I can just jump straight to the first topic. Now for the first topic, it is their arsenal, their powers, and their training, like I always do. So yeah, I guess let's start with Deathstroke. Deathstroke has his sword. Also, this is what they generally have on hand with them. His sword, a pistol or two, his staff, which shoots sort of like an energy blast, and generally some type of automatic weapon. Even though you won't see it drawn on him most of the time, he generally just pulls it out of his butt and it's just there because, you know, it's a comic book, so they can do that. Yeah, no, that's it for his arsenal. Now, as far, well, also he generally has like a grenade on him. I'm saying generally a lot. He has he pretty much always has like a grenade or on him. Now for his training, he was trained by Natas, who is a ruthless master assassin, and Green Arrow even sought after him because of how good of a fighter Deathstroke was, because he wanted to learn how Deathstroke fought and fight like him, because Deathstroke was such a great fighter. Also, he's received extensive military training, because from the best of the best. Like he was known to be the best in the military, like wherever he went, because he like traveled around the military a lot, because, you know, he was so good they would keep on promoting him up, and then he became the best there and the best there and the best there. So yeah, that's it for his training. Now his powers, he has a healing factor, which has been shown that he's been shot in the head at point blank range, and then 2 hours later he's fine, back to life. He's got super strength, which he's been shown to like kick through steel doors and rip holes in walls. So yeah, he's pretty strong. He's got enhanced pretty much everything, like enhanced speed, like I said, enhanced strength, reflexes. Yeah, so he's got pretty much enhanced everything. The big thing is the fact that he can use 90% of his brain. That's what makes him the master strategist in the DC universe, is he can use 90% of his brain, so he can outthink like pretty much anyone. So yeah, that's Deathstroke's powers. Now let's go with Spider-Man. Spider-Man's arsenal is just his web shooters, which aren't anything to scoff at. No, they've been shown to be really strong, and Deathstroke could definitely not break out of them if he got tied up. He'd have to wait for them to dissolve, and obviously, you know, he couldn't exactly do that. Though they explained in a comic book how you had to do the math to do it, though. But they explained in the comic book how strong it was, and it was just like, you had to be one of the big guys in the Marvel Universe to one of the big strong guys in the Marvel Universe to break through it. So yeah, Deathstroke definitely could not break through it. That's it for Arsenal. Now as for powers, he's got pretty much like Deathstroke has, enhanced everything. Yeah, he's been shown to, with his strength, he's been shown to lift up helicopters, escape debris tons of times when buildings have been brought on him. He's really strong. And his main thing, though, is the fact that he has spider sense, which makes him really hard to hit. Like, even in a panel, I don't remember who he is talking to, but he's like, you know, I have the spider sense that makes me really hard to hit. And they're like, I've seen you get clocked before. He's like, I said really hard to hit, not impossible. So yeah, that makes him really hard to hit. Yeah, it's really hard to hit Spider-Man with this spider sense. That's the main thing, obviously, with his enhanced speed and reflex and everything. Also, now, you know, he can climb up buildings. Pretty much everything. Everyone pretty much knows Spider-Man's abilities. So yeah, that's it for his abilities. Now for his training, he has been trained by Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi, however you want to say it. I can't say it. He is known as the Master of Kung Fu in the Marvel Universe. So yeah, just think of that for a second. The Master of Kung Fu. He is a really good trainer and well, really good fighter. He trained Spider-Man, made Spider-Man a much better Spider-Man, and that is like the most notable person that Spider-Man has been trained by. As far as who won this segment, I'd have to give The strength part, to Spider-Man definitely. There's just no disputing it. Spider-Man's done a lot bigger feats with his strength than Deathstroke has. He's just stronger than Deathstroke is. As far as speed, I would say they're equal. But in reflexes, I'd have to give it to Deathstroke, because if you, like in the 60s when Spider-Man fought Quicksilver, he had a much harder time with Quicksilver than Deathstroke has with, like, all the flashes. Deathstroke's taken out Bart Allen, Wally West, he's done it multiple times too. So yeah, he doesn't really have that much of a problem. Like Green Arrow even said in a book, he's like, he can't outrun Wally, but he can. But his reflexes are fast. He said he's fast where it counts. Well, he said he's quick where it counts. So it's like, yeah, Deathstroke, I would say, reflex-wise, is much quicker. But in speed-wise, I'd say it's a draw. So yeah, I'd say this part is a draw, because you think about it, Deathstroke has all these weapons, but Spider-Man is not a character that needs to use weapons and doesn't use weapons. So I can't really do the arsenal part and compare them fairly, because Deathstroke has all these weapons and Spider-Man just has web shooters. Powers wise, I would give it pretty much a complete draw. And yeah, so training, I'd say the training part's a draw, but I'd say Deathstroke is a better fighter than Spider-Man. I'd say hand-to-hand combatant wise, Deathstroke is a superior fighter to Spider-Man in my opinion, from what we've all seen and everything. I would say he's a superior hand-to-hand combatant to Spider-Man. Now it's time for the comic book feats. I'm going to start off with Spider-Man. This time, Spider-Man has defeated Juggernaut by outsmarting him. I know that's not saying a whole lot, because Juggernaut is a complete idiot, but he still beat Juggernaut, and Juggernaut is the unstoppable. And yeah, that's a pretty big feat. He's gone toe-to-toe with Hulk. Yeah, Spider-Man's gone toe-to-toe with Hulk. He annoyed the crap out of Hulk. And he's also taken apart Sentinels. Obviously, these are just a few. I could be here all day naming stuff that people have done. Also, Marvel doesn't like to do the hero versus hero stuff as much as DC does, so I'll probably be naming more feats for Deathstroke. Also, especially in the 90s, Deathstroke got a lot more of Deathstroke versus the heroes, especially since he is, you know, an anti-hero and everyone sees him as a villain, so yeah. Now for Deathstroke's feats, obviously, as everyone pretty much knows, and it's always brought up, and I'm going to bring it up again, in Identity Crisis, he took on the Justice League. He took out Kyle Rayner, Zatanna, Flash, just to name a few, and Zatanna's someone who can beat you by just talking. Yeah, that's just to name a few of the Justice Leaguers. He's also, granted the Green Lantern was Kyle Rayner, but he's also taken out Hal Jordan before. This was when they still had the weakness to yellow, though, but he's just taken out Hal Jordan before. He's also escaped from Hal Jordan in Aquaman when they were hunting him down. I know a bunch of people are like, Aquaman, that doesn't mean anything. Aquaman, like Deathstroke was saying in his head, if he can hit me, it's gonna hurt a lot. I can't take too many punches from this guy. And he took down a whole building on Aquaman and was able to escape Green Lantern's restraints by making him mad and weakening his will. And that just shows how smart Deathstroke is. And this was on the fly. This was not with planning. So yeah, that's just to name a few. Well, he's also taken down Batman without planning, just on the run, multiple times. So yeah, that's just to name a few. So yeah, that's their feats. Now it's time for the scenarios. Number 1, they both have prep, and yeah, so for this one, I'd have to say Deathstroke wins pretty easily. I know, yeah, Peter Parker's smart and everything, but Deathstroke is the best strategist ever. I'm not gonna say just in the DC universe. He is the best strategist overall. And we've seen Peter Parker, well, Spider-Man, get outsmarted, but he got killed almost, practically, by Kraven. Kraven chose not to kill him when Kraven had planning. Granted, Peter Parker did not have planning, Spider-Man didn't have planning, but he still took him out, and he hit him with a dart when normally Spider-Man dodges bullets because he was messing with his head so much, and that was just Kraven. Imagine what Deathstroke could do. So yeah, with planning, I'm gonna have to say Deathstroke takes it pretty easily. Now for the second scenario, it is they just met each other, they don't know anything about each other, the only thing they know is that they don't like each other. Now for this one, I'm gonna have to go with Deathstroke again. Now the reason, just listen, the reason being is play a little game of connect the dots. Spider-Man and Captain America have fought twice in the comics that I know that I have that are canon. Once Spider-Man had his, I think it was like Scarlet Spider was the name of the suit. It's a suit that Iron Man made for him that has extra arms and like makes him better. And he said without that suit he could not be Captain America. And even then they came to like a complete standstill. And then another time they fought in the Amazing Spider-Man, like the 70s, around then, they fought and Captain America beat the crap out of Spider-Man. Each time it showed that Captain America has outclassed Spider-Man. They're just showing pretty much that Spider-Man is not in the same league as Captain America. Now, Captain America has fought Batman twice in crossovers, and they came to a complete standstill both times because they realized they'd be all day until one of them won. Now, actually, I think one time like Captain America almost drowned or something, but they were in complete standstill until then. Like they were in a water thing. But anyways, now Deathstroke has beaten Batman multiple times on the run without planning. So yeah, connect the dots, and you see this is the best matchup I can do to get similarities that they have faced. The only other person that they each have faced before is Wolverine. They both have faced Wolverine. Wolverine faced Deathstroke in a Teen Titans crossover with the X-Men, and it was a little weird. That book was so scattered. It showed Deathstroke and Wolverine fighting, and then it went to something else, and then it came back and Wolverine was captured, but they didn't tell you how Deathstroke did it. Deathstroke had some parademons with him because he was working for Darkseid, but they didn't tell you how he did it, so that's why I'm not using that comparison, because Deathstroke captured Wolverine, but doesn't show you how he did it, so yeah, there's no way I can do that because it happened off panel, off screen. So yeah, the best comparison I can do here is Batman fighting Captain America, because Captain America has fought Wolverine, Wolverine has fought Spider-Man, and Batman has fought Deathstroke. And so yeah, that's my conclusion for why Deathstroke would win in this scenario also. Because also on the run, he's still really good, and he's still thinking, he still can use 90% of his brain. So yeah, that's who I think would win. Put down in the comment section below who do you guys think would win and why, and also what versus video do you want me to do next. Sorry this one took so long to do. These versus videos are probably the ones that take the longest for me to do, because I have to sit down and have like a consecutive like 15 minutes to do it, and I generally don't get the time to do that. So yeah, but thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like.